Yes guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to complete this Conmebol Sudamericana SBC in less than 30 minutes. Now the first time you do this, if you copy the ways that I show you in this video, it might take you 40 minutes because you're basically, you're learning the ropes, you're getting used to it, and if you don't do it for a while as well, you might, forget how to do it. And maybe you guys know how to do this, or maybe you do the, the Conmebol Sudamericana, but you might pick up a few little tips in this video that helps you save coins and do it faster. And that's why I'm making this video, to try and help you guys out. Now I do have a Discord. I know a lot of you are in there now. We've got almost 5,000 people in there. If you're not in the Discord, it's completely free to join, and there's a section where you can talk about completing league SBCs, as well as all the other groups as well, such as weekend league, squad building and trading, of course. If you want to join the Discord, the link will be in the description. But before we get into the rest of the video, guys, if you want to buy cheap Ultimate Team coins, go and check out MMOPO.com and use the discount code EGHD at the checkout to get yourself 8% off your order. So as I said, it's going to take you about 30 minutes to complete this from the start. There are 10 teams, which means that on average, you're going to have to complete a team in 3 minutes, which is quite fast. And that's why I said maybe the first or second time you do it, it starts at 40 minutes or 45 minutes. And then as you get faster at this, you may even start doing it in like 25 minutes, although it's pretty impossible to get any quicker than that because you are completing 10 squads. So let's really break this down. For anybody that's new here, I'm going to try to explain this as simply as possible. There are obviously two Conmebol League SBCs. The Sudamericana is better to do than the Libertadores, even though there's 9 teams on the other one, so you'd think it's cheaper to complete. The squads and the teams in this one are, first of all, easier and less price fixed and just cheaper as well. So even though it is one more squad, it's a much better league to be actually grinding than the Libertadores. Although if you're going to complete a very high rated squad for like an 87 or an 88 rated team, then maybe you're going to want to complete both of them and get like 5 or 6 players that are 88 rated to chuck into SBC. If you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously when you complete the Sudamericana, you get a choice of 3 players here. Then when you complete the Libertadores, you'll get a different choice of 3 players. You can only have one, obviously, to submit into a team, but they are repeatable. So let's really break it down in terms of what we have here. Out of these 10 squads, it's a lot easier when you really understand what these squads are. So the first 3 squads, these are going to be your cheap Sudamericana players, right? These are the ones that you get in literally bronze packs. So if you do the bronze pack method and you've stocked up on some of these, it's going to be dead easy because you're going to have the first owner chemistry, and it's going to just make it easy to get like 95 chemistry, which most of the squads require basically. So these are the ones that we're actually going to do on the web app, and we can get this done in 5 to 10 minutes. As I said, first time round it might be a bit slower, but then what you have is 4 different nationality ones as well. You have a Uruguay squad, which is obviously themed around the Uruguay players, and also Colombian players, and then you have Chilean players and Argentinian players. Now these ones, I actually have set up a concept squad on my console, which I go to and I just buy players, and I've also got alternatives just in case one player is maybe more expensive because of a league they play for that week, and maybe they're in the marquee matchups. So I'll show you those squads in a second. And then the other 3 squads, because that's 7 in total, the other 3 squads, we have quarterfinals, semi-finals and finals. Again, these ones are going to require Sudamericana players, but these ones are more like gold and silver players. So these ones tend to be more expensive. So the way I like to do this SBC is complete the first 3 on the web app, just so I can bulk buy players that specifically play from the Sudamericana League. Now you cannot do that on the console, and that is why people use the web app to do it. I'll show you what I mean, but you basically get filters only on the web app. You can't get them on the console. It's really stupid because at first, I can understand when they release it that they would need to implement that into the game, but with all these patches, you'd expect them to just add a filter in. I don't know the complicated coding behind it, but it is annoying that you have to go onto the web app, but at the same time, it means that you can do it for cheaper by going onto the web app. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise. So I think that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go onto the web app. Now, if you're going to go from the web app to the console over and over again, make sure you exit Ultimate Team. Don't just, turn the console off. You need to log out, because that way you're going to be able to, there's not going to be a queue between you going in and out. So always make sure you exit it on your console before you go onto the web app. Okay, so now that you're on the web app, what you want to do is first of all click the F11. Well, it works for me, F11 on my keyboard. It goes full screen so that it's just easier to navigate. Now, something else you want to do when you're on the web app is actually reduce the screen size. As you can see, well, actually my webcam is actually covering it right now. I've got 75% 75% zoom. Somewhere between about 66 and 75% zoom is the best, because if you go to 100 like this, it looks really jumbo, and at first it doesn't look like a problem. But let's say you're completing one of these squads. Let's just start this challenge, for example, and then go to add a player, search. You can see here that I can't quite see all of the players and all of that stuff. And if I wanted to even go onto the transfer market, I've got even more options down here for the price. Now, if you zoom out up to about, or down to about 75%, 67%, you can see that now all of these options are a lot easier to navigate. So that's the first thing you want to do when you're on a web app. Make sure you zoom out a little bit. Now, as I said, with this Conmebol League setup, I want to buy players now for the first 3 teams. I don't want to think about the Uruguay, Colombian, Chilean and Argentinian teams. We're just going to do the first 3. I don't even want to think about these ones either. So what I'm going to do is go to the league and go to Sudamericana, and we're going to start to buy up positions that I know I'm going to need. So I need a goalkeeper every single time. So let's just try and find a goalkeeper, see if there's any for 300 coins or less. Now, obviously, you want to try and go for the best nationalities or the highest rated players, because we do have minimum ratings on some of these as well. So we'll just go for this guy right here, and we'll also just buy this guy. Seems good. To be fair, there's quite a few players on the market. I'm using PC, and there's a lot less cards on this one than Xbox and PlayStation. So if I can do it for cheap and fast on this, then you definitely can as well. Now, you can see that I've actually bought the same player twice. This doesn't matter. What's going to happen is he's going to go onto my unassigned pile, and then when I complete the squad, he's going to go back into my club. So it's absolutely fine to buy duplicates, especially if they're, you know, good players that are good nationalities. And what we want to do is keep doing this with the right backs and the left back positions as well. Try to buy them as cheap as possible. So you can see here, this position is quite expensive. We're up to about 650 now, and yeah, to be fair, that's a 64 rated, so that's pretty good rating. Same goes for the left back position. We're going to just basically get 3 of each of these positions, because you only need 1 of these for each one, and these are actually coming in at quite expensive right now. I'm actually doing it at quite a bad time. You know, the best time is usually around Thursday with marquee matchups, and also at the moment in Team of the Season, we're getting a lot of the bronze and silver upgrade SBCs, which means that more people are doing the bronze pack method. So the best time is actually during the week. I'm doing this on a Sunday. There's barely any pack supply, so I'm actually doing it, yeah, the most expensive, and we're still going to probably break even at least doing this. The next position is going to be the centre back position. Now, this is usually the most expensive position, but left backs and right backs, being as expensive as they were, yeah, it would not surprise me if you can get them for, well, about 600 coins, it seems, is the going rate these days. So we'll buy that one. I find that Peru players are actually quite handy. There's a lot of strong links for Peru, and they don't always seem to be too expensive. Looks like 700 coins is kind of like the threshold at the moment. We're going to buy him. As you can see, you're starting to probably spot a lot of recurring nationalities and teams. So we're going to go for Nunes as well. So there's 3, and we're going to buy, in total, I think we're going to try and buy 5 or 6 centre backs. Once you've done that, you're going to go to the CDM position. Now, CDMs are also used not just for the centre mid or CDM position. You can actually use them as centre backs as well, because you only need 95 chemistry, and with different strong links in your team, it's very possible that you can have 1 or maybe even 2 players of chemistry, as long, maybe if you've got first owners as well in your club. So we're going to pick up about 5 at least of these CDMs, and these ones are coming in a bit cheaper, so we could probably go down to about 450, see if any are there for 450. Again, a Peru player coming through. Let's go for him. He's probably not going to be the greatest. It's only 300 coins, but because he's so cheap and high rated, it doesn't matter. Let's push up to about 550 and look for the better nationalities. We've got Sanchez, we've got this guy, he's 67 rated, that's pretty decent, although we've got too many players. So we're going to go here, again, store all in club, and then come back, and you can see here we're just slowly going through these. So we've got Sanchez. I'm trying to remember players that I have bought already. If you want to stop going back to the underside pile, you just literally send them to your club from here, as long as you haven't already got them. So that looks like that's a duplicate as well. We've got this guy, Villa. And can we send them to the club? We can. Now, to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter if you end up buying like 7 or 8 or 9 players, because at the end of the day, if you're buying these players for a cheap price and you oftenly grind this method, then you can just keep them in your club and then, you know, go around and do it the second time. So you can't really overbuy players here. Now the next position you'd think would be the left mid or the right mid or right wing, left wing. We're actually not going to touch that position at all, and the reason why is because we're going to be building our squads, and then we're going to see where our chemistry is at, and then we're going to buy the left mid or right mid based completely on what player links with them with strong links. It's important that you leave that position till the end, but the next one is going to be centre mid position. These I tend to find a bit more expensive, but the market is a bit weird today. There you go, 300 coins for these guys. The PC market can be very strange at times. Again, you're going to want to look for the highest rated or players that are going to give you good chemistry. So we're going to go for, Venezuelan and another Peru player. Again, I keep forgetting to send them to my club, so I'm getting that message. And then you're going to want to go to the cam position, and let's see if we can get some for 500 coins or less. There's only, well, there's 2 there, but he's not particularly high rated. I'll just buy one of those, as I could probably use him in the low rated squad. And then go up a little bit to 600, see if a few more pop up. So we've got Ortiz there. I'm going to send him to the club. I'm going to go to this guy, send him to the club as well. And finally, Armas, send him to the club. And just one more for luck. Now, you could always just add to this whenever you want. It doesn't really matter. This one's a duplicate, so we'll just go back to here. And you can see we've got 4 duplicates. Once you get to 5, that will stop you actually using the buy now feature. So make sure you don't buy any more duplicates at this point. What you can do if you start to get too many duplicates is just literally send them to the transfer list, but then it becomes a longer process of going to the transfer list, send them to the club, so on and so forth. And then the final position you're going to want to go for is the striker position. So again, getting them as cheap as possible. You're going to want about 6 strikers because you've got 2 strikers in every team. So let's just pick up these. These ones don't particularly matter so much about the chemistry. You just want to just buy as many as possible. 60 rating is good. It's the rating that's probably more important than actually the nationality and stuff. I find this, if you've got good midfielders and good defense, that is usually enough to get you max chemistry. So let's send that to the club. Sometimes it is a good idea just to pay an extra 50 coins or an extra 100 coins just for a player that you've seen the same team and you've seen the same nationality over and over again. Sometimes the chemistry does help out. So I think we've got 5 there, and I think we're going to try and pick one more that we don't already have in the club. I don't think I have this guy, so we'll just buy him. Now at this point, we should have enough players to actually build our first squad. Now, typically, a lot of noobs are going to go and start building the first squad, but the reason why you don't want to go for that one is because that one requires the lowest rating squad. What you want to do is start off with the highest rating, use your most highest rated players, and then once you've used them, then you can step down, and it's just an easier process of starting off with the highest rated squad. So using the squad builder thing on the side, what you're going to do is go to League, and then we're going to go to Sudamericana. There it is, and then just auto-complete and let it see what it gives you. Just double-check any of the players that you do want to keep maybe for another thing. Now, for me, I think that is pretty good. We've got chemistry-wise, we've got 98. If you want to conserve some more money and you know that you've paid a lot more for a centre-back than a CDM, what you can do is actually just, find a CDM. Let's say, for example, this player. Maybe if I put him there, we're going to have 94 chemistry. So maybe a bit of playing around could get us up to 95. There you go, there's 95 chemistry. And that way it could save you coins. It all depends on the pricing of the market. The reason why we've managed to do this is because we've got a strong link here. And we've also got a perfect link from the centre mid to the CDM there. So that's why, chemistry with nationalities and teams can be important. So the rating that we needed was a 62 rating. My webcam is covering it up, unfortunately. But we've got a 63 rating, so that's good. We're going to exchange players, and we're going to get our silver pack in return, which we'll just save until we get onto the console. Now, what you can do is go back to the unassigned items and then send them to your club if you've used them in the squads. Unfortunately, I didn't actually use any of those there, so let's just go for the second team. And again, what we're going to do is exchange squad, and we're going to go down again to the league, and we're going to let it auto-complete and see where we are. Now, fortunately, again, we've got max chemistry, so we don't really need to do much thinking here. A lot of the players that we're using seem to be the correct players. Just looking again if I can save some coins somewhere. We've got 100 chemistry, so definitely you could put a CDM into a centre-back position. But to be honest with you, I'm quite happy with the way it is. So I'm just going to exchange players, send them in like that. And then finally, we're going to go for the last squad. And again, same process, down to build squad, auto-complete. And then in this one, is going to be the one where we are going to use the left mid and right mid and try to get some strong links to get max chemistry. You can see here, we have one position free. So I imagine we should have a CDM. Yes, we do, which we can put there. He's going to get a strong link with our centre-back. We do have a perfect link. There you go. So that's going to be same team, same nationality. That's going to be the best chance of us getting the chemistry easier. Now we do have 15 chemistry to get with 2 players. So that's 7 or 8 chemistry, or yeah, 7 and 8 chemistry to get on those, but we could also get some strong links and up the chemistry of players we've already got. So what we're going to do is now actually use the transfer market from this tab, and we're going to go, again, obviously the league that we want is Sudamericana, the position we want is right mid, and we're going to want to just put in a price, let's just say 500 coins and see what pops up. So we can see here, we actually don't need a particularly high rating, that's why you leave this one till last. Do you want to go for that one, or do you want to go for, where is it? I think it's the next one. This one here is going to give me a strong link to him. If I wanted to do that, I'll have to switch that player to there. But that's going to give me pretty good chemistry, 400 coins for him. And we're going to center squad, and you just click this button and he goes straight in there, and we can just swap them over. Now this just comes down to experience, but you know, if you've got a left mid position, you can play a centre mid in that position and still get good chemistry. So if it's cheaper to put centre mid there, you can do that. You can play maybe a left back or left wing in that position as well and still get decent chemistry. Let's see if we've got any centre mids on the bench. We don't actually have any centre mids. Let's see if we've got any in the club just before instead of going out and buying one separately. I'm pretty sure I bought a few. So let's go to position, let's go to centre mid, see if we've got, so we've got some there. Do we have a nationality that's the same? We do. This guy looks like he's the same nationality. So we're going to, where did he go? He is there. Let's see if that gives us enough chemistry. There you go, 97 overall. And we've got 60 rating and we only need 55. So that is perfect. And we've completed the first 3 squads very, very easily. Now, as I said, the first time you do that, it might take you 10 minutes, it might take you 15 minutes. Now, when you've done it over and over and over and over and over again, that's going to be extremely quick. And if you know you're going to complete this Conmebol 2 or 3 times a week, maybe 5 or 6 times a week, then when you go to buy all of these players, like the goalkeepers, the left backs, the right backs, the centre mids, instead of buying like 3 for each position, why don't you just go out and buy 5 or 6? Just double up on what you think you need, and then that way, when you build your squad, you can have a lot more nationalities and teams to play around with. It's going to save you time, and it just takes a lot of the pressure off, and it makes it easier and just more fun to do this process. So I've signed back in off of the web app, and we're going to start completing the other squads. But first of all, let's open up our packs and see what we get inside here. Now, with these silver packs, you actually get really good value. Like, I would rather open up one of these silver packs than like a little 5k gold pack, just because the odds of you getting like a really expensive silver, it's more high than you packing like a chemistry style that's worth a lot in these 5k packs. Let's have a look at what we get here. So this one, I can tell straight away, it's not particularly great, although we do get to sell one for about 1,000 coins. I'm actually doing the league SBCs on this account, so I'm actually going to keep all these players. But if you're trying to complete this for as cheap as possible and get all your coins back, maybe if you've only got 50,000 coins before you start this process, the best thing to do is obviously sell everything that you get in these packs. But as I said, for me, I'm just keeping everything that I get just because this is my Road to Glory account. Next one, let's skip this one. I think there's actually 24 items in this one, which is pretty decent. You can sell all of the fitnesses, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, and that's without including duplicates. Do we get any expensive ones? We do have a player here who seems to be going for quite a lot. Probably about 5,000 or 6,000 coins. I imagine that he's price fixed, so I probably have to lower him to sell him. But again, that's going to be most of my coins back for completing that. These will always sell for 150. A lot of the contracts will sell for 150 if you keep relisting them. No player fitnesses, and all of these things are going to be discarded, but we're going to send them all to the club as well. Now remember, any of these rare players or non-rare players from non-league specific SBCs, what you can do with those is actually just chuck them into the gold upgrade pack, where you are going to get gold non-rare players back. And you can see here we've actually got a Sudamericana player which we could use in the future. We've also got this player here, Spanish one, is going to be about 1,000 coins as well. And Italian one there too, which is going for about 3,000 coins. So all in all, if you actually wanted to sell all of the items that we've just packed, we didn't get any good pack luck. This is pretty standard stuff. And I'd say that I've got about 10,000 coins worth of players out of all those silvers. And I'd say it probably cost me about 10, maybe 12,000 coins to actually buy all the players. Maybe of 15,000 coins at the worst market conditions, and I'd actually class it right now as quite bad market conditions. There are definitely cheaper times to be doing this throughout the week, so make sure you keep an eye on the market. But we're going to send these all to the club. So if we go to the Conmebol Sudamericana, you can now see that we've completed 3 out of 10. Now, as I said, what we're going to do now is run through all of these nationalities and complete these SBCs first before we go ahead and complete the bigger ones, the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and finals. Now, some of these positions, some of you may be wanting to use a Uruguay player that's from the Serie A, and if Serie A currently has a Team of the Season promo on, maybe Serie A players are more expensive. So it's important that when you build these concept squads, that you've got different varieties of players in there, just in case players are price fixed or just, you know, inflated because of the current market. So let's go ahead and we'll start off with the Uruguay squad. So as you can see, if we go to my concept squads, I have a bunch of concept squads. Anything with LIB at the end, lib, is obviously to do with the Libertadores, SBC. Then the ones with SUD is to do with the Sudamericana. So the one we want is going to be the Uruguay one, and we are going to buy the players that we need to complete this. You can see here that I do have some players. As I said, this is my Road to Glory account, but you're going to want to basically build a squad which is going to get you the chemistry needed and meet all the requirements. So you can see the team on the pitch meets all the requirements. A lot of these players, like this player, should always be cheap no matter what. So if we just put in 600 coins, he's always going to pop up for cheap. And he's always going to give a nice strong link to Nkulu, I think his name is. So we're going to just go ahead and buy all of these players. There are some problem positions, like the right back, for example. I imagine this guy is going to be quite expensive. Let's see if we can find one for a decent price. He's going for 3,300 coins. So the thing you want to do is have a look and find an alternative player that's going to give the same links, and maybe you'll find one like this for 1,800 coins as well. But again, try to make sure that you're picking up enough rare players and enough players from the, you know, proper league, or sorry, the proper nationality that you need for each of these. This is a good place as well to test out how much chemistry you get. So you can see here, right wing is not obviously right mid, but if I put him there, it means I get 95 chemistry, and I know that we can complete the rest of the squad here for pretty cheap because I've done this many times. So the only player that at the moment is a bit more expensive than what I'm used to paying is going to be the actual Serie A centre backs that are rare players, and the reason why is because people anticipate that they're going to be needed for the team of the season upgrade packs. But as I said, to do with the market conditions, you may need to pay an extra couple of thousand coins for some players or some teams overall. But overall, you can see here we've got 5 rare players. So we've got 2 centre backs, 1 right back, and 2 strikers that are rare players. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Uruguay players. I think we only needed 5 or 6. So we've managed to do this for very cheap. The only players that were, you know, quite costly, 1,800 coins there. This guy was in my, well, actually got him for 400 coins before. 1,100, 450, got him for 650, and we also got this player for 700 coins. Even with the Serie A currently in team of the season, there are a lot of players that are, you know, still cheap like this one. And this guy, 1,100 coins as well, which I think I bought him for previously before doing this. So what you're going to do now after you've gone to your concept squads is just go over to the squad building challenges and build that team in the squad. So you only needed 4 rare players, not 5, and you only needed 5 Uruguay players. So if you wanted to basically save some of these, you don't have to submit all of them. So here we go, we've got it. I'm actually going to just use any old Serie A goalkeeper. It really doesn't matter. I could probably use some of these bronze ones, but we'll go for one that I think is going to be cheap. So there you go. I've actually removed the right back that we bought. We only need 4 rare players instead of 5, so I thought, you know what's the point of chucking in a rare player that I don't need? So there you go, we've got a 4 res, the 2 strikers, the 2 centre backs, and those players tend to be quite cheap for the Uruguay one. So we're going to submit that, get our pack back, and then start to do this with all the other nationalities. Let's see what we get in this one. Again, it's not going to be a board or a walkout, so nothing special in here. Maybe we'll get something that sells in the League SBCs. So we've got Bundesliga, that would have been good a few days ago. We could have sold him for a couple of thousand. He's going for about 1,000 coins now. Let's send him to the club, Sudamericana player, and second team there. And then we've got Chambers as well, which we could probably sell for a little bit of coins. So with this one, as you may have noticed, we started off with Dos Santos. Now that would give us 92 chemistry. So the reason why is because sometimes you can get more chemistry on players with strong links and stuff. If I wanted to use a Colombian striker from these leagues, the right leagues, let's go and find one. Let's say we use that one, for example. That's going to give us max chemistry, and Dos Santos is almost always at discard value. So again, try to build a concept squad which gives you options just in case one market or one league is particularly inflated due to an SBC or something. Again, what we're going to do is build out this squad and see how much it comes to costing us. What I always do when doing this is compare the likes of different goalkeepers. So you can see there's 1,200 coins for him. If I put in a max buy of 1,200 coins, we've got one for 850, so we'll pick that one. Non-red golds are typically going to hold, you know, a very cheap value on the market because they get packed more often and they're not as necessary for SBCs. So I tend to find that the non-red golds are the best ones to be relying on when picking them for your squad. And as you can see, for some reason, EA has just removed my striker. So the concept squads is super frustrating to use because EA just haven't updated it, and it seems to not actually save your settings sometimes. The only way that you can actually save it is if you actually back out of this menu. So let's just add these 2 players here. Put one up there like that. And if I actually go in and out, it should actually save my squads, and then that way I won't lose my progress of the squad I've just built. The only downside to doing that is you don't have your search criteria saved. So if I go to search again, I have to put in Colombian. So just a little bit of insight for you guys that are doing this. So there you go. That's going to be the last player here. And if we quickly check how much we've paid for these, so 850 for him, 450, 600, 500, 1,100, 700. First owner on this player, but he's like 500 coins or less. 700 coins, again, first owner on him. Maybe he would be like 1,000 coins or something because he's a non-rare player. You can snipe these players for like 500 coins or less too, and then 550 for the last striker. So overall, again, a fairly cheap squad, and we've absolutely smashed the requirements here. Overall, we've got an extra 5 on the overall. We've got 99 chemistry instead of 95. I do have a few first owners in here. That's why it's 99, but you can see we'd have breezed that for 95 anyway. And we're going to get a jumbo silver pack of some sort. Let's see what we get in this one. Let's see if we can finally get a big silver player, maybe worth 5,000 coins. We do have a right back there from MLS. Maybe he's worth something. Nope, he's not. Got a Mexican player, Cam. So a lot of the time you're going to pack players which you can use again in these SBCs. Like, you know, for example, here we've got a Sudamericana player who actually plays in the Chile League. And we've got 2 squad fitnesses and also a Scottish League player. Squad fitnesses tend to sell for like 1,400 or 1,500 coins. It might be different on each console. But that's how much I want to list them for. Again, squad player fitnesses like this, they actually go for a 150 start or a 5,000 buy now. Sometimes people accidentally buy them for 5,000 coins. So if you want to make the most amount back, make sure you list them up like that. The next one is going to be a Chilean squad. This one, we need 5 Chilean players and 6 rare players. Okay, let's go to the squads, the concept squads, and build that team. So as you can see with the Chilean team, I've got a concept of loads and loads of Chilean players. It's the easiest way to go with a formation like this as well. Just go for all Chilean players. There's quite a lot of them for a cheap price. Now, you do need 6 rare players. That can be bronze rare, silver rare, or gold rares. So that's what we're going to do now. We're just going to try and see what's on the market and see what's going for a good price. So first of all, let's just get our rares out the way. That way we can really slim down what options we have. So he's going for about 1,900 coins. That's because he's a French league player, and gold rare French league players are going up because of the team of the season next week. So we'll remember how much he costs and see if we can get one for cheaper. Let's try this one. He's a rare player as well, 1,900 coins. You can see there for 1,000 coins. So I can definitely save some coins here by getting this player. In fact, we'll just buy that one outright. So with this one, guys, you can see I've actually got enough players here to complete the squad, but I wanted to give you a live example of some of the solution working that you've got to do. So I've got 94 chemistry, I need 95. Now that's quite easy with a formation like this. I can change my right back or left back to right wing back and get an extra chemistry there. So I know I've got the chemistry sorted, but I do need 1 chemistry overall, so I need to upgrade one of the players. Now you can actually use any of these Conmebol players actually in this as well. So maybe if there's a player or a position that you don't particularly use in any of the concepts or the squads, then you can just use some of these as well. So we've got 95 chemistry. I think he's first owner, so that's why I've actually got max chemistry there. Although, yeah, you've got plenty of different options to go to. Let's see if we can change this by keeping the left back there. So let's go for maybe this one. No. Oh, there you go. So we've actually got there, but now we haven't got enough rare players, so that's the problem. What about if we put him there? So there you go, that's enough, but then the overall rating comes down. So maybe if we put, instead of the silver CDM, we'll put that one there. Now we drop on chemistry, but that's fine because we can just change the right wing back, the right back to a right wing back. So if you want to do this for as little amount of coins, you may need to just do a little bit of changing around to achieve the cheapest solution possible. And we're going to submit that for a mixed players pack. Again, nothing in this pack. I'm kind of glad that I don't pack anything whilst doing this process, because I want to show you that even with the bare minimum, you can still make profits. So we've got an Italian player here. He's going for about 1,500 coins, let's say. We've got Roma, Greek, Polish, Irish, maybe he will sell. You never know. That's about 1,500 coins or 1,000 coins. Turkish player here. That's about 500 coins. Anything else? We've got some duplicates from Spain, Germany, and English one. Probably sell these for about 500 coins each. That's 2,000, 4,000, 5,000 or 6,000 coins. So we've basically got our coins back again for this squad. And then finally, guys, we have a Argentinian squad. So the way that I do this, I tend to find the block of 6 players in the midfield in the attack. You want to get at least all of those as Argentinians or players from the Argentinian league to get, you know, max chemistry and strong links. Then what you can do is actually go for a defense from different leagues, maybe the Spanish league, or you can even go for like a Chilean league, maybe Russians. You could go for whatever nationality that you can do this for as cheap as possible, because every week it changes. Also, another option is what you see right now, which is actually going for a goalkeeper and 2 centre backs, and then just using Argentinians in the left backs and right back positions as well. That gives you a good variety of different players. You can see I've got some on the bench here as well to make sure that we achieve max chemistry. Now let's sort out our defence actually first before we move on. So 1,200 coins for him. That's a pretty good price. The last time I actually done this, I think, was when La Liga was out, which made this one quite expensive. So there's one for 750 there. Let's see if we can do the same with this card as well. So again, a rare card. We're going to be able to get him for 900. So that's dead cheap. I already had the goalkeeper, but again, he should be about 1,000 coins or less. Usually about 800 coins is the going rate for those gold rare players. Now, the problem with this squad, guys, is that you need rare players in every single position, which means that that you've got a limited amount of players that you can choose from. And occasionally you'll find that one player is a little bit more expensive than you want, especially if you're on PC like me, that most of you aren't. But if you are on PC, then it means that you're going to have to overpay maybe 500 coins or an extra 1,000 coins sometimes. But for the purpose of keeping this fast and just blitzing through this, we're going to buy that one. We've got 100 chemistry, and I think 76 rating is enough for the Argentinian one. Let's go ahead and find out. So let's go to squad building challenges, favorites, and then down to the Argentinian one. So we need a 75 rated squad and 11 rare players. So that's sorted. Let's go ahead and put that in. So there you go. We've absolutely smashed this one again. If we could just go through the prices, I had this guy in my club. Again, he wouldn't be that much, under 1,000 coins. The right back was expensive, 750, 900. The left back was expensive, but the rest are pretty much the going discard rates. Apart from some of the silvers, maybe he would be more expensive. You can just use players from that you've got in your club to complete these as well. And there you go. So most of these discard value, and we're going to get a pretty decent pack in return. This looks like it could be good. It's a slow animation. It's a walkout. Finally. Here we go. Brazil, no way. Goalkeeper, I'll take it. Alisson, I'll take that. Imagine if that was Neymar. That would have been crazy. But it just goes to show you that if you craft these Conmebol leagues as once a week, just do it once a week. I guarantee you'll get a pack like this. It happens. I find that you get better rewards from these little packs when you've got them from rewards from League SBCs. That doesn't just go for the Conmebol ones. Just League SBC packs in general seem to have higher pack weight. I don't know if that's just me, but that's how I feel about these packs. How much is he going? He's going for about 30k. The thing is, with fodder right now, it's super cheap, so I'm just going to send him to the transfer list. And the thing is, as I said, you're going to pack a lot of players which you can use again. So I could use this Spanish rare goalkeeper as my goalkeeper for the Argentinian challenge next time if I wanted to, so I can keep that. I've already got him duplicates, so I'm going to list them on the market for whatever seems to be the going rate, which is probably about 850 or 900 coins. This pack for certain is definitely profit. So if any of you guys find that you're low on coins before you start the process, start off with the Argentinian one, because the pack that you get in return is going to give you, or have a much more likely chance of giving you something good in return. So start off with the Argentinian one and then go to the Conmebol ones. So guys, for the last 3 squads, now this is where some people may do it differently. They might actually use the web app for this. Now, I'm not really a fan of using the web app as much as possible. With this, I'm just going to use players that I've got in a concept squads. As you can see, I've got a mixture of players. I've got players that are Sudamericana players that I've specifically found to work for me. And you've got here a way of keeping it as cheap as possible. So a lot of these players, the gold Sudamericana ones, are going to cost about 1,000 coins, whereas these guys should cost you about 500 coins, maybe some close to 1,000. But the idea is, if you can save a few hundred coins on, say, 5 players for each team, it's going to save you 1,500 or 2,000 coins. Now, if you've got 3 teams, that's going to save you 6,000 overall on the whole process. So you want to include as many of the cheaper players as possible in these teams. So we're going to start off with this squad that you see on the pitch, and hopefully there are some on the market of these players for a decent price. Let's just put up to 900 coins. There you go. Wow. I think there's one for 200 coins there. Very, very decent player. He's so useful for these SBCs. Again, let's hope that we get well, I don't think I even need to be speaking over this. You can see how cheap this process is. So here's the thing about this part of the process. If you're going to have players in the squad that are not all from the same league. So you can see here I've got a lot of red links basically. So the reason why is because I've got Sudamericana players here. They're all Sudamericana players, but these ones are from the Argentinian league and they are Argentinian. Some are going to get strong links, some are going to get perfect links. We've got players here that are getting perfect links as well. And because we've split this team into 2, you can buy some of these players for like 200 or 300 coins, but these ones are going to cost about 1,000 coins. So you're going to save some coins doing this process. The problem is, chemistry becomes a bit more of a struggle. So you need to be on a concept squad like this, first of all, to make sure you're getting at least 95 chem. And obviously, if you have first owners, that's going to make a world of difference. Luckily enough, I do have a first owner, and that player is Sand. So he's going to give me 95 chem there. That allows me to use a right mid as a right back. Now, if you don't have any first owners, you're probably going to have to buy a right back to actually complete this squad, which will mean it's slightly more expensive. You might have to pay an extra few hundred coins or 500 coins, but that's why whenever you do the bronze pack methods or any kind of pack opening and you're getting any of these Libertadores or Sudamericana players, keep them in the club, because moments like these, is where you need them the most. So here we go, guys. We've got this one bang on, 70 rating overall and 95 chemistry. That's going to make it more difficult though for the next one, because we don't have any first owners. So let's have a look at the next one after we open up this pack. All right, let's see what we get in here. This one's going to be a non-rare, so it can't be anything too special. Let's see if we get anything for our SBCs. We've got Colombian, so that'll be good for the Libertadores, and all of these others are terrible, absolutely terrible. Now from here, guys, you've got two more squads left, the quarterfinals or the final. You don't actually have to complete any of these teams in any order, by the way. I just started off with the formation that I had set for that concept. So let's first have a look at the quarterfinals, okay? And actually we'll see, no, we'll go for the final, because if I do have any first owners and I want to use them for the higher ratings, then I'll use this one. So we need a 72 overall, and I want to be using the 4-3-1-2 formation, so I can go back to the concept squads and put it in 4-3-1-2, so I can basically practice in this concept squad. So again, let's go to 4-3-1-2 like that. So again, with just a little bit of manipulation here, I've moved my players around and I've actually managed to get 95 chemistry and I don't have any of these players bought. The only one I have bought was this one, and that's because I actually bought him a second ago for 500 coins. So this one requires absolutely no loyalty. We're going to use exactly the same players as before by adding just one or two. So a new player will be this player, Roa. Let's see how much he's going for on the market. I think he should be less than that. Oh, so he's a bit more expensive. 1,200 coins, 1,100 coins there. So let's just buy him. Let's go again for this player as a left back. We actually had this guy in the club from before, but you can still buy him for super cheap, so 400 coins. And then what about the goalkeeper? Hopefully there's a few there for under that amount as well. There you go, 300, any for 200. There you go, 200 coins for him. Basically nothing. Now, when you've actually bought a bunch of players off the market specifically without using the, without using any first owners that you've already got in the club, you can just order it like this. So just go to specials only and then put by newest. And then that way you're going to get a bunch of players that are all from specials that you've just packed and just bought off the market, so you can pick the right ones. Now with a team like this, you can actually see if we swap those two around, you lose 4 chemistry. So you need to understand chemistry links and what they mean. So the reason why is because these players don't get a strong link, whereas these players, if I do that, everybody in the midfield now get a strong link with the striker and also get a strong link with the player next to him. So everybody is on the most amount of chemistry. So if we have a quick look there, the only player that's on quite bad chemistry is our right mid or our right back, basically. But everyone else is on the most that they can get, really. So 95 there, let's submit that one. Oh, this one could be pretty decent as well. I think we've got another walkout or another board. It's a walkout. Don't say Brazil again. Brazil! Not again. CDM. It can't be. It's Casemiro. Ah, man, that would have been crazy. Still, I haven't packed Neymar on FIFA. I would love to pack Neymar on FIFA. This would be like the best time as well. Actually, no, the best time would be in about a week's time when he's actually in team of the season. But anyway, we've got an 87 rated player, of course, just demonstrating how you can make profit doing this method as well as picking up 88 rated. So 23,000 coins is the going rate, I think. But again, fodder is super low, so I'd rather wait until the guaranteed team of the season packs, which come out usually on Wednesday. So I'm just going to send that to the transfer list and wait till then. Also, Zapata is going to be in the Serie A upgrade pack, so we'll save him, and we might just save him as well. Actually, no, we'll look on the market. How much is he going for? 400 coins. I don't actually use him in any of the SBCs that I do, so I'll just list them up. And finally, guys, we have the quarter-finals. So let's have a look, first of all, at the formation. It's going to be a 4-4-2 in brackets 2. We're going to need a 66 rated squad overall, and we're going to need team chemistry of 95. So that's going to be dead easy. Let's go back to the squad and change the concept squad formation so that we can work our way into this one. Now, for this team, there is a bit of a problem, and that is that if you don't have any first owners here, that you're only going to get 94 chemistry with the setup that I've showed you before. What you're going to have is the left mid and the right mid as an addition for this 4-4-2. So how do we solve this? You can go ahead and buy a CDM. That's going to boost it. The thing is, you're going to have to pay about 1,000 coins for this player extra than you would typically pay. So you can see there for 1,900 coins. You can also go ahead and buy a player from Liga SAF. That is a right back. Let's go to the transfer market. Let's go to a right back. And just look for some that are about 1,000 coins or below. So have a look through the right backs like this. Just have a scroll through, see if you can load through any. If there's none on that side, what you can do is go for left backs as well. You can see there's actually one left back for there. Now, if we buy this, just for an example, you can buy this, put it in, and you can actually play this as a right back and still get more chemistry, especially if they're Argentinian and they link to the left mid or the right mid with a strong link. So you don't have to play a right back at the right. You don't have to play a right back in the right back position to still get good chemistry. We can now move that player off and bring back the cheaper option. We could even play a cam in the CDM position, I think. No, we can't quite do that. So it needs to be 2 centre mids or a CDM in the middle. So overall, this team actually costs about 8,000 coins. And again, I'm just rushing out and buying the players that are on the market. You know, I'm not doing this for a low cost. I'm just doing it what the market says right now, and it's not a particularly great time. So it just goes to show you, very profitable method. Let's go ahead and put this into the real squad builder challenge. Now, if we submit this, we will get our player pick as well as that silver pack. So let's see what we get. Congratulations. Now let's redeem our reward. And I don't think I have any of the players in the club right now from this. So I think the best player to pick is going to be Bustos. And then I'll find the next best player is going to be Dominguez, because if you pick these two, you can actually get good chemistry on them with the team. And you've also got Perez as well as another player who I've forgotten. The centre-back and the CDM from the Libertadores link with these players. So it's best to go for these two. If you have these two already, obviously you'd pick that one. But let's go for Bustos. That's probably the best one for me. And finally, the silver pack to round the video off. What do we get inside? We get a Portuguese player who sells 4,000 coins. I thought I was in luck there, but none of these players are duplicates, so we're going to send them all to the club. Let's see if we can find some that. See, that's 1,500 coins probably. English one, Leicester, that's going to be 1,000 or so. It's going to be 1,000 or so as well. So a lot of players that you can sell. Even in this one, you should be getting most of your coins back, even with a bad pack like this. You know, I'm not getting anyone super expensive or anything, and I'm getting most of my packs back. So guys, that is going to round off how you complete this Conmebol Sudamericana as quickly as possible. So if we go back to my favourites right now, it should be still there, and I can complete the process. Again, as I said, it's going to take you about half an hour. The first time you do it, it might take you 40 to 45 minutes. It might take you a bit longer. Maybe if you've never done this before, maybe if you don't like using the web app, it's going to take you a bit longer. Obviously, whilst I've been doing this video, I've been like talking and explaining, so I would have done it a lot quicker if I was just doing it by myself. But if you enjoyed this video and you found this video useful in any way, shape or form, please remember to drop a like on the video and also subscribe to my YouTube channel so I can get, just basically show you more of these videos in the future. And as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you guys would like to join my Discord, it's completely free to join. We're almost at 5,000 members now, and we've got a section for you guys that maybe get stuck with the Conmebol grind. Just put it into the bronze pack and League SBC grind chat room, and people will help you out with this method as well. That's ideally what this Discord group is set up for, so make sure you join. If you actually haven't got a Discord account, just make one. It's super easy to make. It's free to use. So why not join? And without further ado, guys, thank you for watching. And yeah, so that's going to be it. If you'd like me to cover the Libertadores, let me know in the comment section. I feel like the Sudamericana is the main one that people want to know. But if you'd like to see me do one on the Libertadores as well and show you how to do that as quickly as possible, then let me know in the comments. And I've been waffling for way too long now, man. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.